Hello, mis amores. I'm back. I'm sure you've missed me, right? I mean, I'm back in the kitchen is what I'm trying to say. And I'm back with fall recipes because it is fall. My outfit doesn't say it's fall. The temperature doesn't say it's fall. But the calendar, it says it's fall. So fuck climate change, it's fall. How are we gonna do fall if we don't have fall recipes? How are you guys gonna do fall if you don't have Vincent approved fall recipes? Don't worry, I got you guys. And we're gonna hopefully find something really nice in today's video. Hopefully, actually, 3 really nice things. Luckily, I think fall recipes are very, very safe because I just love all the flavors that are giving fall in winter. So I don't think we can really go very wrong. And that said, I don't wanna be proven wrong. I like being right. Let's see if the first recipe will prove me right already. We shall start with pumpkin snickerdoodles. I don't know what a snickerdoodle is, but I'm sure it's going to be good because it looks good. So I'm glad we're going to be using pumpkin. Obviously, German supermarkets don't really have pumpkin puree, but this wouldn't be a DIY channel if we weren't able to make it ourselves, right? It's not really a DIY channel, is it? I'm no sorry, girl. I'm sorry. Here's what you need for the pumpkin snickerdoodles. Also, all of the recipes will be linked in the description down below. 125 grams of cold butter cut into chunks, 220 grams of dark brown sugar. I used about 190. 56 grams of pumpkin puree. All of this work for this bit of pumpkin puree. 1 egg. A teaspoon of sour cream. I'm gonna use creme fraiche. I just couldn't find sour cream that didn't have herbs in it, and I don't think that's where we're going with this recipe, so yeah. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. I made this myself. This is like cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, bit of black pepper, and ginger. Half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of cream of tartar, which I just used baking powder because what even is that? Half a teaspoon of salt, and that's it for this. 15 pieces of dark chocolate, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And lastly, 220 grams of flour. Let's go make some dough. In a large mixing bowl, we're gonna start off by mixing the cold butter and the brown sugar for about 3 minutes until it's light and fluffy. Okay, that's a mess. Now we're gonna add a couple of things and we're gonna mix it until they're just combined. Start with the pumpkin puree, the sour cream, vanilla, oops, a lot of it apparently, and the egg. Now basically add the rest of the ingredients. So baking soda, baking powder and salt, teaspoon of the pumpkin spice, and also the flour. A dough that now has to chill in the fridge for 30 minutes. Hello. Our dough already had restices in the fridge. We're therefore ready to finish our snickerdoodles. Yeah, we do that by taking off our rings and washing our hands, even though we've only just washed our hands. Now everyone, we get to shape our future by turning this dough into about 14, 15, 16 balls. Ooh, this is very wet. Ew. I'm not sure this is supposed to be this wet. Anyway, you do this, then you take a piece of chocolate and cover it with dough. So what I'm gonna try right away is cover it with some cinnamon and sugar in hopes that it'll be less sticky. Now we've got a ball. This is terrible, would the French person in me say. There is probably 0 French in me. This one doesn't look half bad. Yeah, I think I'm going with my version. I'm not gonna do the balls. Our cookies are done. They look really good. Here are the snickerdoodles. Get into them. Actually, don't look at them because they don't look very good on camera. But trust me, they look really good. I like how they look. I think they look very nice. They're not a soft kind of cookie, but I don't mind that. What I do mind
is the saliva forming in my mouth.
which means that we have to try the cookies now. But I do do have a lot of cookies now, so who's coming over? So not gonna lie, Naomi has already tried them. She rated them a 10 out of 10. Absolutely loved them. And she did say they reminded her a lot of Biscoff cream, and I see that. The chocolate is still soft. That's heaven. The still soft chocolate?
Yes, please.
Oh wow, cookies that you've never had before. Wow.
Yeah. The chocolate in there is really good.
In the recipe it says you can also leave out the chocolate, but don't. I can't even say if I would change anything because I wouldn't. This is a 10 out of 10. And I think we can just leave it at that. Sometimes things in life can just be a 10 out of 10. But then you have nothing to say about it. And that is also kind of shitty. Okay, they're a 10 out of 10. Let's move on. I'm thirsty. Let's drink something. It's a nice fall afternoon. And what else do you want on a nice fall afternoon? If not a nice fall drink, fall afternoon drink. We're gonna make a homemade apple crisp macchiato, inspired by Starbucks, of course. Guys, I need coffee. I'm falling asleep. Unfortunately, I ran out of my usual coffee beans and now I had to go with other coffee beans and they are really watery and I don't like them. We're gonna love this drink though. Here is what you need. 110 grams of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of cinnamon and half a teaspoon of nutmeg, 120 milliliters of apple juice, 120 milliliters of water, 1 apple, and some milk and some espresso. Let's go. In a bowl, mix together the brown sugar, the spices, the juice, and the water. Honestly, I think we could have just mixed this in a pot, but anyway. Into a pot it goes. But this is an apple crisp now, is it? We're gonna need the apple. Put the apple in there. Now we let this simmer for 15 minutes. That was a bird, right? Are we ready for that coffee? That homemade apple crisp macchiato? This is our syrup. It looks like a syrup. It smells really good. This is all up to taste, but I don't know what my taste is yet. It's still very liquid, unfortunately. I thought it was gonna be more syrupy, but that probably happens when it cools down. And of course, we're gonna add some milk. This is oat milk, so now it just looks like water. Then we add an espresso, which I told you guys, this one is also very watery. But let's make it look pretty with some foam on top. And there you have it, your Starbucks drink for cheap and not as pretty. I don't think this glass is really meant to hold hot liquid, so we better drink this quickly. Cheers, guys. Nummy! It's definitely giving me the Starbucks vibes because it's super sweet. I could see myself drinking this on a couch on a Sunday when I'm like really desperate and craving something sweet, watching a nice movie on a fall night that is not this summery and hot.
No thanks.
Oh, how come?
I don't like it.
Why not?
Cookies? Cookies!
Yeah, you've already tried them.
Oh, they were so good.
Why does she not like this? Hopefully she'll like recipe number 3. And for our final act of the night, guys, something that just screams fall. Honestly, what is fall without a cinnamon roll? But listen. I am alone at a crossroad. I'm alone at a crossroad, but I'm probably not alone in not wanting to make cinnamon rolls because they are quite the hustle. Sometimes it's just easier to make a cake instead. And I might have found the best alternative for that because we're gonna make a cinnamon roll apple cake. If this cake will be able to give me the same feeling that a nice cinnamon roll gives me, then this might be the best cake ever. Let's just quickly make it so that we can test it immediately or very soon, quickly, nicely. Yeah, here's what you need. Just FYI, you're gonna need a lot of sugar, so I always use less. This is 45 grams of granulated sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, which I'm gonna mix with 2 apples that I peeled and diced. Give them a toss. Excellent. 150 or less grams of light brown sugar. This is dark brown sugar. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, of course. Mix this with 120 grams of liquid butter. Ah, it It smells really good. And now for our main mess. 360 grams of plain flour. We add 200 or less grams of granulated sugar. See, this is so much sugar. 4 teaspoons of baking powder. 300 milliliters of whole milk. A teaspoon or so of vanilla, 110 grams of liquid butter, and 2 lightly beaten eggs. Now we mix. I don't know why I'm doing this by hand, but honestly that was easy. But we want an apple cake, so we add the apples. Mix them in. Our cake is basically done. Let me find a cake pan. Dump your batter in there. Lastly, we want the brown sugar mixture just on top. Nice. You can make a beautiful little swirl. I've chosen the very, DIY swirl. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder anyways. Listen, this is a rose. I'm gonna take a toothpick and I'm just gonna incorporate that even more. Now we bake it at 160 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. See you later. With my cakey. Hallo, die Post ist da. That's me. I feel like I look like a post officer. Well. Anywho, we just got back from Din Din's, and so now is the perfect time to try our kake. Done. I think it's done. Does it not look great? I added a bit of icing, just 100 grams of powdered sugar with a bit of milk. And then I also added some vanilla flavoring to it because otherwise it would just be sweet and nothing else. So now it looks like this, very cute, very nice. Hopefully also very tasty. Happy birthday to fall, happy birthday to fall. Our cake smells really good. Happy birthday to fall. That does smell really good. Tasty. Drier than I thought it would be. Yum. I love this. Huh? Are you okay?
It's not bad, but...
That's like objectively really great. I think this is fantastic. Definitely put more apples. Guys, just like I predicted, fall would never disappoint us. All recipes were good or great or amazing. That, everyone, is why fall is the best season of the year. I made it official. Actually, these recipes made it official. Yeah, let me know what you guys will be trying of these recipes, because I sure hope you will try at least one of them. Also, what I should try next. Taco is crying, so I really have got to go now. I need to comfort him. Actually, he just wants attention, probably. So I need to give him that. Thank you guys for giving me your attention. And also for watching this video. Y entonces, nos vemos la próxima vez y bye.